Hiya, we're going to do some sun salutations together. I'm going to step you through all the moves so you can follow me and I'll talk you through it as we go. But basically, if you've got a mat, we're sweet and ready to rock and roll, or at least a soft surface. So I'm going to stand towards the back of my mat here, feet together. Nice tall stance, shoulders back and down. Now I run out of a bit of room here because of my cupboard, so just focus on this side. We're going to do a deep breath, take the arms up towards the sky and reach up as tall as you can, looking up those hands, and just have a big stretch up towards your sky. Breathe it out. And on your next exhale, we're going to fold forward into a forward bend. So taking the hands down towards the feet, just get as low as you can. You might find that things are a little bit tight to start with, but they will loosen up. Depending on your range of motion, you might not ever get to your toes. It's okay. It's okay. The forward bend is just a big stretch up the back of the legs, a little bit into the lower back. So from here, what I would like you to do is walk your hands forward until you are in a plank position, high plank. So on your hands, I'm going to step back because I'm running out of room. You can take knees if you would like to. And from here, we are going to bring the right leg and step it in between the hands so that we're in a nice deep lunge position. Now, if you can't do that in one step, just come forward as far as you can and help your leg forward as much as you are able to. If you would like to take your back leg, you are welcome to. And you can also do this with your foot on the outside of your hand because you do kind of run out of a bit of room here. So it's up to you what you do there. But we're just getting a bit of a deep stretch through the hips, the thighs, the inside of the legs, particularly if you sit down a lot with your working from home situation or you're just sitting on the couch watching Netflix. So from here, I've got my right foot forward, so I'm going to take my right hand, come up towards the sky, look up that hand, just opening up the chest. And keep breathing. Hand coming back to the floor. We are going to take that back foot up, back knee, and walk your right foot back. We are still in plank position. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left. So bring the left foot forward. Again, if you need to help it forward, please do so. And just have a couple of breaths, letting the hips settle. Again, you can take the back knee if you would like to. And one more deep breath. We're going to turn out to the left side now. Reach that hand up to the sky and look up. Bringing the hand back towards the floor. We're going to step that foot back, but this time we're going to go into down dog. So head down. Tailbone coming up towards the sky, push yourself back. Nice flat back and try and drop your heels into the floor. From here we're going to come through into plank position again. And we're going to do what's called a crocodile. So a crocodile is basically like a very slow push-up, but you end up on the floor. So keep your core engaged. If you need to drop to your knees, please do so. We're just going to lower the body all the way and then push up into up dog. So with your up dog, you can have your thighs on the floor or you can lift them up. From here, we're going back to down dog. Push yourself back. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Now we're going to do those again. Just because I want you to feel a little bit looser each time you do. This time I'm going to put my foot on the outside of my hand. So right foot coming forward. Again, help it forward if you need to. Rest in this position for a few breaths. And then we're going to take the right hand up towards the sky. Look up that right hand. And coming back to the floor. Taking that right foot back, down dog, push yourself back. before rocking forward and bringing the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Have a couple of breaths. You can still take your back knee if you need to. I'm going to take that left hand up to the sky. Look up. And coming back to the floor. We are heading back into down dog. Tuck your chin in, push yourself back, try and flatten your back and drive your heels in towards the floor. Coming forward into a high plank. We're going to do crocodile again and end up in up dog. 2 separate poses, please. Very good. And now taking it back to down dog. So draw your tummy in, tuck your feet, and push yourself back. Okay, we're going to try and get a little bit deeper into those hips if we can. So right foot coming forward again. This time I do want you to take your back knee. Okay, take that back knee as far back as you can. Big stretch through your hips. And if you are able to, I want you to try and get your forearms on the floor. Now this is tough. You might find that you can get the outside one down, but not the inside. You might find that you can't get either of them down, so just stay where you are. This just gets us a bit of a deeper stretch into those hips, if you're able to. Now I've got my left elbow down, but my right one's not quite able to get there. If you are able to get down and you're quite comfortable, rest your head on your hands, get as low as you can. From here, we're going to get back on the hands and take the right foot back. Down dog again. Keep trying to drop those heels, big stretch up the back of the legs, and coming into left foot forward. Dropping the right knee. And if you're able to, get the forearms onto the floor. You might find that one side's a bit tighter than the other. If you can't do that, just stay where you are and breathe. It's a cracker, isn't it? And we're going to come back up onto the hands. Back to down dog. Couple of breaths here. Drop the heels as much as you can, flatten the back. Coming forward into plank. Once again, we're going to do crocodile, so you can do this from your knees if you need to. Lower yourself towards the floor and then push up into up dog. 2 separate movements, please. We're going back to down dog. Draw your tummy in. Tuck your feet. Push yourself back. Okay. This time we are going to bring the right foot to the right. The right foot to the left hand. So underneath the body, coming across, we're going to drop that right knee. And we're going to end up in this glute stretch position. So what I want you to do is try and close the gap between your left hip, you can't see that because it's on the other side of the camera, and your right heel. So I want you, some of you might be opened up a little bit to get down here. Try and get those hips square to the floor. And once you are here, trying to get down into your forearms, or trying to extend your hands overhead, rest your head on the ground. The lower you get, the deeper the stretch, so just work with what you're able to do. Have a couple of breaths, try and breathe through it. Another deep breath in and out. And we're going to get back up onto the hands. and back into down dog. So lifting up the back, taking your feet back, tucking your chin in, pushing back. This time we're going to bring the left foot to the right hand. Drop the left knee and get into our glute stretch position. So this is, you'll have a better opportunity to see what I meant about the hips here. So I want your right hip and your left heel to be one on top of the other. Okay, so not opened up out here, big gap, close the gap. Get as low as you can. Run out of room here, but if you can extend your hands as far as you can forward, rest your head on the floor just as deep as you feel that you can, and breathe through it. Couple more breaths. Last inhale and exhale, and coming back up onto the hands. Once again, we're going back into down dog. I want you to walk the dog this time. Can you see my heels? Yeah. So drop one heel, drop the other heel, just get as deep as you can. If you find both heels are on the floor already, that's great, go with it. Flatten your back, push yourself back. Okay, we're going to do that stretch one more time. So bring the right foot under the body to the left hand and dropping down. Now, if you are able to, some of you will not be able to, and that is okay. If you can't, just keep going with this stretch and get as low as you can. But if you are able to, we're going to take the left hand, reach behind for the left foot, and then square the hips up. So this is a very deep hip flexor and quad stretch. Some of you won't be able to reach your foot, that's okay. Just stick with your glute stretch. Some of you might find that you get cramp. If you do, just release, stretch it out. But if you can, we're going to do a nice deep glute and hip flexor quad stretch. Keep your chest nice and proud. Try and close that gap between your hip and your heel again. 3, 2, release. Coming back into down dog. And we're going to bring the left foot forward this time. Cross underneath the body. Dropping down. So once again, if you're able to, take that right hand behind, get hold of your foot, and then square your hips up again. If you can't reach it or you get cramp, it's okay, just stop. Go with the glute stretch. No stress or pressure, just whatever your body will allow you to do today. Keep holding, keep breathing. Enjoy the stretch, breathe through it. 3, 2, 1, and release. And we're going back to down dog. Push yourself back, chin to chest, big stretch up the back of the legs. What we're going to do from here is walk the hands in towards the feet until you're in a forward bend. And in a moment, we're going to roll ourselves up to standing. So just have a couple of deep breaths. Look out for head spins. We're going to try and do this one vertebra at a time. So starting at the lower back, start to pull up. Once we get up, I want you to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and back. And then a nice reach up towards the sky again. Tall as you can. Going to finish off with some side bends, so taking both hands out to the right side and back up to the sky. Keep breathing. And to the left side and back up to the sky. Just soften the knees a little bit as far as you feel able to, just a little gentle back stretch. Good, and now forward bend again. I'm just going to come forward so you can see me a little bit better, reaching down to the toes. Get as deep as you feel you're able to. And once again, we're going to draw up one vertebra at a time, so starting at the lower back. Draw your core in, start to come on up. As you stand up, we're going to bring the shoulders up and back. And then a deep breath in as we reach up to the sky. Tall as you can. Right side bend. Back to the top. Left side bend. Back to the top. Gentle back bend. Don't go any further than you feel you can. Good, and we're going to go back to a forward bend. This is our last one. Reaching down to the floor. Couple of breaths. Hopefully you're getting a little bit deeper now than when we started. And on your next breath in, we're going to start rolling up. Good. And as you come up, shoulders up and back. Deep breath in, we're going to reach up to the sky as tall as you can. Hands in prayer and coming back in front. Beautiful, and thank you for joining me.